Hey everybody, and welcome to perhaps our last update before I leave for KoibuCon. For those of you who still don't know what's going on, I am traveling throughout Europe starting tomorrow, which is going to be Monday the 6th, and I will arrive back in the United States on August the 19th. So that's 6 or 7 weeks, I'm not really sure. And I will be traveling throughout Europe. The list of places I am going to be, you can find on realgoblins.com or on the thing that I'm going to show you a little bit later today, or you can check out the subreddit and the sticky link at the top of the subreddit will have all sorts of fun stuff for you. Anyway, before we do that, I want to tell you one little anecdotal story of frustration and nightmare. That would be the ticket, the flight leaving Hanoi going to Bucharest. The very first leg, the leg that I start tomorrow, has been canceled 3 times in the last 2 weeks. And I tried to reschedule it twice through the same company because it was 30% cheaper through them than through anyone else. And they kept fucking canceling it on me, and I don't know why. I don't. I got a message from them like, "Oh, hi, sorry, things changed and we couldn't, keep your ticket at the price that you wanted. Shucks. Here's another flight that you might want." I'm like, "No, no, 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 I don't want that flight." And then they cancel my tickets and I rebook again because that same flight is still there for that same price, and I rebook the same flight. And then like a week later, I get a message being like, "Hi, your flight's been canceled," and I rebook it again. And then I get a message today, Sunday, the day before my flight, being like, "Hi, your flight's no, actually, I got 2 days ago. I got a message being like, "Hi, your flight's been canceled, but because your flight's price has changed, but because your price has changed, here's another flight that we could put you on." And they gave me a link. I'm like, "Wait a minute, this flight's not what I want. This flight's an extra 10 hours in the air, and it's got an extra layover, and the 2 layovers are 8 hours long. This is a fucking ridiculous flight. I don't want to take this." Or, I don't remember the exact details, but it did have 2 8-hour layovers, which was crazy. And so I sent them an email back saying like, "Well, okay, so if the price has changed for my original flight, what is the new price? Because I don't want this other one. I will pay the higher price, depending on what it is." And then I got an email back from them like, "Great, I'm so glad you decided to keep the flight that we set you up with," which I didn't want. And then I got a message, but I was going to take it. I'm like, "Fuck it, this has just been a nightmare. I just need a flight there." And then I got a message today being like, "We heard what you said, and we've canceled your flight again." So I guess that means they've canceled my flights 4 times, or they canceled 3 times and changed one of them. Anyway, it was a nightmare. And I finally did get my actual flight out of Hanoi to Bucharest through a different company, which was actually going to be probably a much faster flight, but now I'm going to end up getting there way too early. I'm going to get there like 9:35 in the morning, but then I also have to leave Vietnam a little bit earlier. I was trying to take like a late night flight out so I could spend as much of the day here as I could with my wife, but now I'm going to be leaving much earlier, but then I'm arriving earlier, so it's all going to work out. It's going to be fine. It's also going to be a lot more expensive because there's bastards over at that place that I will not name screwed up my flight so many times. But that's not all that we're here to talk about today. We're also here to talk about this wonderful new tool that has been popped up for managing and planning around KoibuCon. I'm going to take you guys a look at it, mind the seeing forever. This is our fancy new tool. It has the list of the places that I'm going to be at the dates that I'm going to be, just like regalgoblins.com has. It also has a link to a chat room. So if you are going to be in Helsingborg, you can go over here and you can hop in on the Helsingborg chat. And you can chat with the other people about Helsingborg stuff. Of course, that's not going to be too useful because people won't just be hanging out in there. But if you are talking with other people about something because of this wonderful Reddit thread that we have, which you should check out. It's stickied on our Koibu now. Yay, see, it's stickied up here. Anyway, so if you're chatting with other people like, "Hey, I'm in Copenhagen, you're in Copenhagen, you're in Copenhagen, let's talk about doing something in Copenhagen with Koibu, what would be cool to do?" You can hop into this chat and talk about it there. You can, here's like a thing, well, this would be for the first place I'm going, which is, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I fly into Bucharest. So you can, blah, 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 type in a place that you think would be a cool place to go, and then it'll hopefully pop up here. And then you can also pop in here and say, "Hey, I actually am flying into Bucharest," or, I'm in Rotterdam or whatever. And then you can mark yourself as available to do a meetup or do something cool here. Of course, you have to put your name first as well. So those are some cool things. Again, that is linked under the Our Koibu chat rooms and polls of who wants to meet up. A very creative title, I think, that really exemplifies. No, that was just the only title I could think of. So yeah, that's a wonderful tool, and that was my way too long and not nearly interesting enough story about how frustrating it is to book flights sometimes. And I still have to call my credit card companies and let them know I'm going to be all over Europe, because otherwise they're going to mark my credit card as fraud all over the place, and that would be a nightmare. Yeah, so I'm going to go get ready and get packed, and KoibuCon leaves tomorrow and starts the day after tomorrow. I'm pretty excited. I hope to see you guys on the road. Post in our Koibu if you have any questions, if you have any comments. Join the general discussion thread. It's getting kind of big, but that's okay. And reach out to me if you have an idea of something fun to do while I'm in your town, or if you want to meet up, or if you know of something cool or whatever. And we're just going to take this one day at a time and figure out how. We're just going to see what it's like. I have so few plans. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. I'll see you when I get there. Bye bye.